Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of rap artists, and this is entertainment news, by the way, we lost so many rap artists that's up and coming, or everybody knows. And it's basically it happened with sort of like the last 2 years or so. We lost so many hip hop artists. You got Triple X Testosterone was gunned down in Florida. He was only 20 years old. You got Juice World, who I think he died, I believe, about a month ago. He was 20. You got Lexi Ajayi, a upcoming female rapper from Chicago, died. She was only 21. And now this man, Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke is well known as basically he was on Nicki Minaj's songs. He was on 50 Cent songs. He was going to be the greatest. And then he was murdered last night. And someone tried broke into his home and he was gunned down at his own home. And he was also 20 years old. All these rap artists died so young. They could have been the greatest. You know, we look at all these pictures of these rap artists as you see right now. They could have been the greatest. You know, it was so sad that they died so young. They died young. I think one of the rappers, Juice World, even talk about death at an early age. You know, I remember back in the days that, when I grew up and I was like I think I was like 19, 20. We talk about, in 1995 when, Tupac Shakur was gunned down in Las Vegas. And then in 1997, 2 years later, Notorious B.I.G. was gunned down in L.A. And they also were back then. They also were young. Remember when Tupac was murdered, he was 25 years old. When Biggie was murdered, he was only 24. So now you got all these up and coming rappers that are a lot younger than Pac and Biggie. And these rappers, with the generation now, they could have, I'm telling you, they could have been really talented. They could be greater than Biggie and Tupac combined. Triple X Testosterone, he got it going on. He is basically out there, and they basically he was gunned down in broad daylight. He was interested in getting a motorcycle, and he was gunned down in broad daylight in Florida. Then you look at Juice World. Juice World got talent as well, from Chicago. And what's so tragic about it is that, he was landed at an O'Hare airport. You know, it was so shocking about this is that, he suffered a seizure because he got too much Percocet in his system. Because I think with the FBI and Chicago police was trying to get him on drug. He's got drugs on his private plane, but he's also died at an early age. He was 19 years old. Triple X Testosterone was 20. He was 19. Look at Alexi Ajayi, an upcoming rapper herself. She died at an early age. She was 21. And now, this is why I said hip hop ain't what it used to be. You got these up and coming rappers, and now all of a sudden they're passed on. It's sad, man. This rapper originally from Brooklyn, and he moved to California. And you thought that, you know, where he's at, I think it was a nice neighborhood, if I'm not mistaken. And then they broke into his house and they killed him. So all these rappers that I've just named could have been the greatest. And all these rappers were murdered or died or died senselessly. At basically because of their health. So, I'm just looking at these rappers right now. You know, Pop Smoke, Leslie Isaiah, Juice World, and Triple X Tentacion. All were young, all were upcoming rappers, and now they're no longer here. Y'all let me know what you think about this. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions In signing off. Deuces.